Glad to have you, amazing viewer. It's Comforts for Life, and I share a compilation of TikTok videos for educational purposes. If you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel. To my returning subscribers, I love and appreciate you. And in today's video, I will be brief. I will let you listen to this clip by this lady. She was sharing her experience on being swatted in a predominantly black suburb area. And yeah, I will be giving my opinion after this clip. Let me roll it for you. Take a listen.
Months ago, a white woman moved into my predominantly black suburban apartment complex. Today, my fiance and I were swatted. We were both working. We both work remote. We were both in meetings at the time. And I'm in the living room with my dog, and something piques her interest at the door. And it could be anything. Sometimes Amazon will deliver a package and they will launch the package at the door. But this time my dog jumps off the couch and she immediately starts barking. And I do not have a Sir Barks a Lot type of dog. She's normally very quiet. So if she is barking, there's something very much bothering her. I run over to the door, and before I could even get to the door, I notice the handle jiggling. Somebody is trying to key into the apartment. I look out the peephole and I see a sea of police officers. You know what? I don't even got to paint the picture for you. This is what I see. Can you open the door? I'm like, what's happening? I have a dog. I need to put her away before I open the door. And he's like, no, you need to open the door right now. I'm not about to open the door and risk my dog getting shot because she is going to pull up on you. So I enter the bedroom. I immediately am like, babe, there's a shit ton of cops suited and booted up at the door. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So my fiance comes out. I open the door just a crack. Guns, shields, everything right in my face. And I'm like, what's happening? What is going on? Can you take a step back? We need you to put your hands up. I am the most vulnerable that I have ever been in my fucking life at this moment. So immediately, my defenses are up. You cannot think my dog is bugging the fuck out. So immediately, I'm like, there are no gunshots here. I haven't heard a thing. I haven't even heard a loud noise that could be mistaken for a gunshot. The cop explains to me that a neighbor called and said that they heard 2 gunshots come from my apartment or the apartment right next door to mine, considering that I'm actively working. He lets us know that like there's really nothing else that he needs to do moving forward or nothing else that he expects from us moving forward, and that only the information that he's given us is all that he can give. But I tie it back to another situation that happens with the white woman that recently moved in, and immediately my brain starts turning. And I do know it was her because last night my fiance observed some weird ass behavior from her on our Ring camera. Somebody called the cops, and interestingly, the cop ended up stopping her right in front of our Ring camera, so we picked up the entire conversation. The cop was like, somebody called the cops because they said that somebody is going around knocking on doors. She was like, oh yeah, I live here. I was visiting like friends that I know upstairs, and that's what I'm doing here. So because she can prove that she does live here, the cop was like, all right, whatever, and like let her just continue about her night. My assumption, and I know my gut is right, is that she called the cops today, pointed them in the direction of the 2 apartments on our floor because she knew that it had to be one of those apartments that called the cops on her last night. I'm not forgetting about this. This is one that is not about to go away. It's not about to be taken lightly. Stay tuned for part 2. Y'all, I really do not want to become the poster child for black trauma on TikTok, so this will likely be my last update on getting swatted, at least until I have something significant that I can actually share with you that may be able to help you if this ever happens to you, God forbid. So I want to answer a few questions that I have gotten. The first one being, how do I know it was my neighbor? Realistically, there are way too many flags that have been raised that point to her for me to act like I don't see the connection. She had an interaction and a run-in with the police right outside of my door less than 12 hours prior. The police made it clear to her that somebody on the floor called the cops and said that she was going around knocking on doors. Do I know whether or not she was doing it? No, because I wasn't the one that called the cops. But less than 12 hours later, cops told me that my downstairs neighbor called and said that they heard a gunshot. 2 red flags. It's more than enough. Number two, we did report everything to the apartment complex. My fiance sent them really long, well-detailed email. He downloaded all of the Ring camera videos that we had from the night before. About 3 hours of her walking back and forth, but also her encounter with the police. Somebody obviously felt the need to call the police. We shared with the apartment complex what we caught, what the situation that happened yesterday entailed, what the police told us, so that they and we have a paper trail. Will I be trying to pursue legal action? Honestly, that is something that I'm still trying to figure out myself. This entire situation has already been way more hyper emotional than I even thought it would be. I'm not somebody that gets shook very quickly. When it comes to my relationship with police officers, standing in my doorway, big ass guns, trying to get me to put my hands up in a place where I pay money to live, I'm really looking to my fiance to really help support me in that sense. So we will figure out together whether or not we are going to pursue legal action. But I can say that we will definitely be collecting everything from the police department, from the report that was filed to the recording to everything, so that we have our own paper trail as well. It is not about to be cute for her to continue living right below me. Okay, I'm about to be roller skating all over this bitch head. So it's not about to be a fun experience. That's pretty much all I have. I really did not want to leave y'all hanging, but again, I don't want this to become like a Black girl trauma page. But if you want to stay, get to know your girl, because I definitely have a lot more to offer than Black trauma. Shout out to y'all.
First of all, I want to start by appreciating her audacity, just coming to share her experience, though it wasn't something really nice to listen to. But she got the courage because she has that passion to help. You know, I don't want my channel, I don't want my TikTok to become a kind of Black girl trauma healing, but I just want to share so that it might help someone who is out there who is also might be going through the same, or it might occur to them. So let me get this straight. Most of the time, the stereotype of an angry Black woman is always attributed to women who live in ghettos. Let me just say it, because it's mostly those who live in ghettos. So now when I listened to this girl and she had just spoken of being in the suburb, I was like, okay, so it's not just being a Black person from the ghetto. So what's counted here? What was the problem here was her skin color. So that's what I've analyzed, and I don't know specifically why that lady had specifically come to her house with her imaginary gunshot being heard. I don't know if she was hallucinating. I don't want to say that, but it's also part of the analysis. I don't know what you're thinking about. Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comment section. These are the things that I'm just thinking about, and we're here to make a positive change. Just imagine, because of your skin color, you are treated differently, and yeah, what is that? What the meaning of that? And I don't know what she's going through right now. I know she's traumatized, though she doesn't want to speak about the trauma so much, so that she has stuff to do on her TikTok, and it happened that she had to share, and she doesn't want to speak about it so much. I don't know what is happening next. I'll be following up to hear how is the case going. Was it closed? What is happening? I just want to know what is happening. Just, I don't know, when did a barking of a dog started sounding like a gunshot? There's something that I'm not getting right here, but we are living in a world of injustice, and mostly it's not strange that a Black person get to be treated this way. Or anyway, that's my thought on this. I don't know what you're thinking, but we are here to make a positive change. So what do you think about this? That's my own analysis. I'm like, okay, it's the color of the skin. It's not that she's an angry person. This is someone who was quietly working in her house. She didn't interact with anybody. And yeah, suddenly police on the door, and I had gunshots. So why is that people always feel like they should protect themselves from Black people? What is that evil that Black people or their presence does to you? What is that? Can you be clear on this so that we know how we can navigate such things? because they are scary. Yeah, you might think that you are the one who is protecting yourself, but what were you scaring us? What's wrong with us? What's wrong with being black? You know, that was the things that I'm asking myself right now. I'm wondering a lot, and I don't know what you think about this. I'll let you leave your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about this particular video? Have you ever experienced this? Have you ever encountered such? Because I feel off. Anyway.